Hi, this is Ian Carey, and you're on with Evo and RST.
Good morning from London, Mr. Ian Carey. How are you?
Hi, good. How are you?
Very well, thanks. Now, you will be taken to the decks at Matter on Saturday. What can we expect from your set?
Well, of course, I'm going to play some of my own productions and some of my big songs, and I got a lot of new stuff that I've been picking up here and there that I want to drop. I've been in the studio all September, so it's been a while since I played out because I took off. I've just been working on the album, so it's going to be nice to get back in the clubs again, and I'm looking forward to that.
Great, so definitely going to be on with some new artillery. Taking it back to where it started in, you were a graffiti man, you got big on hip-hop. What made you get into house music?
I was working at a record store selling hip-hop records, and there's a pretty big house section there as well. And I started, in my spare time having a listen. I really liked what I heard, and there was a lot of really good stuff coming out about that time. It was about the mid-90s, and hip-hop was starting to change. It was coming out of the underground and becoming a bit more mainstream and more materialistic, and the whole scene was changing, and I found something that was really interesting in house music and dance music, and it really stuck since then.
Okay, cool. Moving on from that, Rise was the big bullet for you that propelled you into the international circuit. How did that track form?
That was actually my first completed record, so I was really lucky to have, like a decent club hit for my first record. It was something I wrote with my partner at that time. His name was Jason Papillon, and we got a local girl, Michelle Schellers, from Baltimore. I was living in Baltimore, Maryland, in the States at that time. We got her in the studio to sing it, and there was a little bit of magic, going on. It turned out really well, and it was well received around the world.
Indeed it was, indeed it was. Ian, you're most famed for your funkier productions, yet your new single, Get Shaky, takes more of an electro house route. Was this to follow with the times, and do you think the funkier side of house has seen its day?
I don't think funky house has seen its day, no, not at all. And I actually see it kind of coming back more and more. I really love that sound. The thing is, now I'm trying to do a lot of different styles. And I tried the electro thing. Worked really well for Get Shaky. I mean, it's been a hit all around the world, and I'm working on a lot of different styles within dance music. So I don't want to just keep myself in one box.
Completely understood. Your catalogue spans hundreds of mixes. Is there anyone you would like to work with in the studio that you haven't done so already? There's quite a few artists. I think one of my all-time favorite vocalists that I've wanted to remix is in Bjork. I haven't had the chance to do that, but I'd really love to have a go at one of her tracks. Is that something you possibly foresee in the future?
Yeah, it could be. It could be if I pursued it, yeah.
Well, we look forward to hearing the end product. Keeping you in the studio, what piece of studio kit can't you live without?
Mainly my Mac Pro computer. Nothing can be done without that.
Okay, so any particular plugins at all?
I use, a lot of people on Mac use Logic. I actually don't use Logic. I use Cubase 5.
Wow, well, I must say that's a first, because most of us started with Cubase, and, as technology evolved, we all jumped onto Logic.
Yeah, well, the new version of Cubase is very good, and it's equally competitive with Logic. I tried Logic, but I didn't like it that much, so I've stayed on Cubase, and I probably won't switch.
Wow, again, very surprising to hear. Now, do you use any modules on top of that, or any hardware?
I have a Moog Sense, a little fatty that I use sometimes. That's the only piece of analog gear that I still use. It's mostly in the box, in the computer, but I still do some bass lines and things with the Moog.
Okay, cool. What can we expect on your record label GFB?
There's a lot of new stuff I've signed. Mostly it's from unknown artists, and we'll hook them up with some bigger name remix, things like that. But it's really a platform for new artists. That's mainly what I did it for. For a lot of the demos that were coming into my box, I thought, wow, this could use some promotion. It could go somewhere, and that's what we use it for. Okay, so some big releases on the way then? Yeah, of course. Okay, look forward to hearing the new material. What can we expect from Ian Carey in the future? Well, as I said, I'm finishing an album right now, so that's going to be coming very soon, by the end of the year. And I have a couple more follow-up singles before the album's released, so there'll be about 2 more singles in the pipeline before that's released, so I have quite a bit coming. Okay, good stuff. Away from the clubs, and of course the studio, and without a can in your hand, how does Ian Carey get down? You know what, there's not a lot of time left, to be honest. I've got a family, so I spend time with them in my spare time. And yeah, work in the studio, and when I'm not here, I'm not touring. There's not much left. You know, I try to get away for a holiday once a year. Go someplace nice, get some sun. But other than that, there's no time left.
Okay, so jam-packed schedule for you, Ian.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, cool. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure speaking with you, Ian, and we look forward to seeing you at Matter on Saturday.
Yeah, I look forward to coming there. I can't wait.